Welcome back, El Paso. Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Stage El Paso, where we get together with local talent, local artists, and we hear their stories and their music. Today, I'm with local alternative pop artist Faudoa, and we're here today to enjoy his music, enjoy his story. And without further ado, man, how are you doing? How
Glad
you
to
feeling?
be here. Glad to be here. You know, this is an honor to be here with you. Given them, it's an honor that you gave me the opportunity to be here. I'm doing good. What about yourself?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So I think it's funny that you say it's an honor for you to be here, man. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful people want to participate.
Hey,
you know,
man,
it is.
I think people should be given the chance. You know, I've always liked collaborating with other types of media, not just digital platforms of video. I think it's a great way to connect with my people and a great way to get exposure with your people. So like I said, I'm honored to be here.
I appreciate it, man. I really do. So tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Are you from El Paso? Did you move here?
Yeah, so I was born and halfway raised here because I did live across the border in Juarez. I lived in many other cities. I guess Mexico. Well, not many other cities. Mexico City, and then from Juarez, and then I came over here. I've been living here for almost 12 years, maybe. So yeah, I've been living here for some time. I've been making music for about 5 years now. Well, next year's about to be 5 years. We're recording this in 2020 for the people watching this.
You're such a liar. This is 2022.
Oh my God! yes. 2022. Yes, I'm sorry. This is a daytime savings. That's why. But anyway, yeah, I've been making music for about to be 5 years. The next year, we're recording this in 2022, and I'm 20 years old. I don't know if I don't know if that matters to people, but yeah, I'm born and raised here pretty much. I'm glad to be part of this community.
Cool, man. So when did you start doing music? When did that come to fruition for you?
So I first started playing guitar my freshman year in high school. I first started to pick up the guitar. My brother just so happened, well, he's older than me by 2 years, so he had guitar class. So I was like, hey, I want to learn how to play guitar. So he taught me very, very little, like maybe how to hold the strings with my left hand and stuff. But I started picking it up myself, and I always loved poetry. I've always loved, figurative language. I've always liked the subjective meaning that sometimes poetry can have. So I put those two together and I started writing music. And I've always had a love for singing. And I don't know, I've always had a feeling towards creating music, writing music, even recording music now. Everything came to be very slowly. It just came together very slowly.
Mm-hmm. So you refer to yourself as an alternative pop or pop alternative artist. What kind of got you in that realm as opposed to, rock or heavy metal or anything like that?
You know what? I don't know. I do listen to a lot of rock, a lot of heavy metal. I listen to a lot of country. I listen to everything, like even death metal or thrash metal, like all these kinds of metals. I listen to a lot of different things, EDM. But I don't know. I always had something for the music that you hear on the radio. I know it's very commercial. A lot of people are against it being commercial, being commercial. But I don't know. I've always liked it. There's so many cool things that go on in those songs, like musically, and we're talking about production too. So I used to be into lo-fi a lot. I used to be into rap when I first started. I wanted to be a rapper actually, but I figured no, I didn't want to be one of those, I guess you could call them cringe. No hate to anybody, but I didn't want to be, cringe or anything like that. So I just started singing. So I felt like that I wasn't too bad at it. So I was like, oh, okay, man, might as well just start singing. And then one thing led to the other. My style started evolving. Obviously, well, my taste in music, we all have our seasons, but my taste in music started evolving, developing a little more. And well, here I am now. I don't know if I'll be doing this next year as far as this style. Maybe I could be doing rock. Maybe I could be doing punk. I don't know. But right now I'm just doing what what I like to do and what I'm enjoying to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking it little by little.
I mean, that's what music's all about,
Yeah,
right?
hell
Just,
yeah.
you don't have to conform to anybody. Just
Hell
you
yeah.
know, do what you love.
You know what? That's one thing that has helped me a lot in the past few months, because I'm a perfectionist, and I feel like a lot of people are perfectionists when it comes to their art. But I used to think like, crap, are the people gonna like this? Like, or shit, like, are they gonna enjoy this? But I started making music that I didn't even enjoy to do. I couldn't even finish a song because I didn't enjoy what I was doing. So, I mean, I just, with time and experience and talking to other people that also make music, I feel like that's really important. I just started creating what I like to do, even if it's not commercial, even if it's not what's trending right now. Just started doing what I like to do, just that way it's not so hard on me, and it's a lot easier for me to do it because it's something I enjoy to do. And who knows, maybe I could come up with the next trendy sound and create a whole new wave of artists and inspire a whole new wave of people or young people that, you know, want to start doing something like that. But
yeah, man, that's pretty heavy, man, because if you think about it, a lot of the artists that we have, you know, now, I don't know if they started out with the intent of like, I'm gonna inspire somebody, but they did, you know.
Yeah.
So like, for you to be like, I just want to create the music I like, and then maybe, you know, somebody's gonna feel that music that I made, and you know, it'll inspire them. That's pretty heavy, man. You know, I was an educator for a little bit of time, and you know, I have students now that are like, hey, like the stuff you told me when I was in high school or middle school, you know, like that stuck with me. So like, now I'm going to school for music when I just really thought I was gonna hate it. And
Yeah.
you know, it's crazy how like we as humans can influence other humans so much.
Yeah.
So
you know,
like,
so you were a teacher, or
very, very briefly. So I like kind of like student taught for like a year, and then I joined the Marine Corps.
Was it like at a high school, or?
Yeah, it was for 6th through 12th grade.
Oh, nice. That's nice. You know what? I have a deep love and respect for teachers. Like, whatever, if you're a teacher, if you enjoy teaching, if you have that will to, you know, help people grow and help them understand and, you know, teach them something, I just have a deep respect, because not everybody is willing to take the time, you know, because not everybody's easy to teach. Not everybody, you know, some students I feel like are a lot, I don't want to say difficult, but it's a little harder for some people to get something as opposed to others, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I have that deep respect for teachers, you know, because I don't know, a lot of the things that I've learned in life so far has come from like my teachers. Even like, it's not on the educational side, but maybe sometimes like lessons as far as life, because I like to talk with older people to see what I can learn, not only about, you know, like I said, education and history or math. I like to learn lessons that they've learned throughout their years and stuff like that. So I have a huge, deep respect. Actually, a lot of the things that I learned from even my 3rd grade teacher, she's awesome. I'm not gonna say her name, but I'm sure if she watches this, she'll know who she is. I have a deep respect and love for her. Like, I still stay in touch, and if honestly, I could really say that if it wasn't for her being in my life in 3rd grade, I would probably not be going in the same route or same direction that I am now. Like, she had such an impact in my life, as well with, you know, some high school teachers. Middle school, I can't think of really a lot of teachers, even though like I do appreciate all of them. But elementary and high school, it's like, it was a whole turning point, especially because that's when I moved from Juarez over here to El Paso. So it was having that teacher. If I would have had somebody else, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if she wasn't in my life, I don't know if I would have taken the route or I don't know if anybody else would have had the impact that she had on me, for sure.
Yeah. Well, they always say everything happens for a reason,
exactly.
right? And it's cliche, man, but so many things happen in like mysterious ways that it's like, at some, like, part of me really believes it, and part of me is like, yeah, it's a real thing, man. But you know,
like for me, like I said, I'm only 20 years old at the time that we're recording this. I'm only 20. Actually, tomorrow's my birthday. I'm gonna be 21 tomorrow, so I get to drink.
Happy birthday, man!
Within, I don't know, a couple of hours, I'll be able to drink, legally at least. Anyway, going back to the topic, my short life, so many things have proven to me that everything does happen for a reason. Even talking to people, like, just they're hearing their stories, it just confirms that everything is like everything is destined to be. Everything happens for a reason, and what is real, will be. No matter what even if you try to change the route of your life, you're doing it. You're gonna end up where destiny wants you to end up. Like you're gonna be doing what destiny wants you to. Do it. For later on in life.
Yeah. So, do you think about these things as you're writing? What's like when you're writing a song? What's kind of your thought process behind that?
So yeah, I do try to implement like a lot of my I guess everything that I've learned so far in life. Try to implement all of that, all of my ideas and stuff. But I also think of a story. Like that's one of the things that I do with if I didn't live through something, I try to relate to somebody that might have lived through that specific story, or something that I might have read in a book, or simply something that I created out of just pure imagination. So I do try to implement. I try to think, how would I feel if I was in that situation, or how did I feel when I was in that situation. So that's those are things that I consider when writing music. And then, like I said, I like figurative language. I like to, as far as my lyrics, I like to keep my lyrics a little subjective, but straight to the point, if that makes sense. I want to find a balance when I'm writing music. I want to find a balance in subjectivity and how direct I want to be with my lyrics. And like I said, I'll consider how I would feel, or how I felt, and how I could relate to people also, or how other people would feel, just I guess I base my lyrics a lot on feelings and lessons. But yeah, that's my thought process when I am writing music.
I feel you, man. So think back, maybe not that far back since you're so young, but do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, was it good?
No.
No?
No, and this is a message to everybody, well, not everybody, but 90% of people that are wanting to get into music. Your first song will suck. I promise you, your first song will suck, and you're only gonna get better, but just get it done. The first song is always the hardest song, and once you get a flow going, you're on your way. But my first song was complete ass. It was I still have it on SoundCloud, but it's private, obviously. But I just sometimes I look back at it and I hear it and I'm like, oh my god,
give us a little taste. How'd it go?
No. It's just the basic F, G, A minor progression, and then just horrible scream singing. It was disgusting.
So what kind of genre was it?
Acoustic or folk, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, so it was just like me picking just like the chord, the dun dun, like it was just like super basic and just cringe. Like I still remember like when I recorded and I thought, I was like, oh my god, this is like so good. And I was like, and then I listened to it like 2 months later, or not even 2 months, like even a month later after publishing it, and it's like, ugh. But even then, that song didn't do too bad. Within a day I already had 1,000 streams. But I thank my friend at the time who had a bunch of Twitter followers. So she retweeted it and she was like, yeah, she's like, 'cause I guess she went viral for this one, I don't know, meme, I guess.
Yeah.
And she retweeted it. And it didn't do too bad, but I kind of like not too proud about it.
Gotcha.
Not anymore, at least.
You just need to send it up, man.
No.
You're depriving us of this first song that we want to listen to.
I'm saving your ears. I swear to God, it's so... it's bad. It's really bad, or at least I think it's really bad. I don't think I would ever even make it public anymore.
Oh man!
No,
but that was some good advice. I think a lot of younger artists and starting out artists are so eager to be good and so eager to be famous, but don't realize how hard it is. For some, granted, there are some naturally gifted people out there, but for the vast majority of people, it takes a while. So that was a lot of good.
It comes with time and experience. I think like those are the two major, time, experience, and patience. I think those are the three major factors. Like when it comes to making it in music, it's like you have to have experience. Well, you create experiences. You need time to create experiences, and you need to be patient with yourself. You can't expect to be perfect from one day to the next. You have to, like I said, take your time with it. But going back, sorry. yeah, it needs people need time, and I feel like the music industry is for the patient. It's for the people that are willing to be patient and put the time in, and are willing to get more experiences along the way. But yeah, like you said, it's pretty hard. It's really hard. And my message to younger artists, is take your time with it. Don't rush anything. You feel like it's not up to your expectations, just keep working at it, but don't hurt or don't kill yourself trying to be perfect either. Just let yourself go, let yourself fuck up, let yourself learn, and you'll be on your way. I think that's one of the major things. Let yourself fuck up, let yourself learn, and then just get better from that. Learn and learn and learn. I think that's one of the key factors in life, learning all the fucking time. Because a lot of people, they're afraid to fuck up, but they don't understand that failure is the best teacher and everything. Oh
yeah, nothing teaches you a lesson like failure does.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I've learned. I've been a part of it. It's the greatest teacher, and it's the most humbling thing you can go through is when you fail. You don't understand.
So. Yes, no. Speaking of humbling, I have a story where I thought I was hot shit back in 2020 when the pandemic first started, because I had a good amount of streams at the time. And I was like, yeah, like I wanted to ask for like an internship at a studio or whatever, I guess, to learn how to record, mix, master, produce, and stuff like that. And I go with them, and I told them, they asked me, hey, like, you make music. Long story short, they asked me, you make music? I'm like, yeah, I make music. And like, can you sing? I was like, yeah. I mean, I wasn't cocky about it either. I was just like, yeah, I sing. And then they asked me, do you play guitar? I'm like, yeah. So they bring a guitar out when I was not even there to showcase my talent as an artist. I wanted to, ask for an internship. I'm not gonna say the name of the studio. But yeah, so I asked them for an internship. So I sing. I didn't do good. I was really nervous. I didn't know how to control my nerves at the time. And they basically told me no. And I'm not gonna say everything that they told me, but they basically told me no. And it was like so humbling. For like 3 weeks, I was like thinking to myself, like, am I good enough? Like, it was a really humbling experience. I was upset for like 2-3 weeks, and then after that I was like, okay, let's get back to it. And yeah, it just really helped me, but it was extremely humbling. I still remember I went in there thinking I was hot shit, that they would like get stunned by all the things that I was telling them, and then they just put me in my place pretty much.
Yeah, but you sometimes need that, man. You need that somebody that's gonna be there to be like, hey man, you're here, but you need to come back down a little bit. And
yeah,
you forgot some steps on the way up there. So
hell yeah,
that's always a great thing. I love meeting people. There's a saying that says, like, never be the smartest person in the room. I feel the same way about music, and it's like, never be the most talented person in that room. Like, always try to find, even like if there's so I'm a drummer, but if like there's no other drummers, find somebody else that's got some extra knowledge that you may not have.
Exactly.
Which is like, I talk about many reasons why I started this podcast, but that's one of them, is to meet people, to gain some knowledge from people that are older and younger. A lot of the younger generation is teaching us how to do things that maybe we didn't know how to do. I mean, people that were recording analog onto film are doing digital now, and people that we're doing digital now, but what's going to happen before, and NFTs are going to be a thing. How do we get our music in the NFT world? Like, it's this whole thing. Like, there's so much knowledge out there, and it's like, how do we immerse ourselves in this, and how can we continue to grow and learn? And it's interesting, man. It's
an interesting topic. Sorry. Yeah. So it is an interesting topic. I like you said, or like you just mentioned, never be the smartest person in the room. But I feel like I was telling this to one of my friends the other day. I was telling him, I always try to be the student, not the teacher. Even though I understand that maybe my knowledge is maybe one of the highest in the rooms, but I always try to learn for anything and everything from everybody. Obviously, you pick and choose, with the knowledge that you do keep, but I always try to, have that student mentality. Even like if there's things that I already know, I don't tell them, I already know that. Like, I'll listen to them. Maybe they have a different point of view as far as a certain topic or anything like that. But yeah, lately I've been trying to surround myself with people that have more knowledge than me in anything. Basically, like the other day, I was talking to one of my friends about wine, like how they make wine. Like I didn't understand a lot of things because wine is not my, it's not within what I usually talk about, or it's not in my main interests. Yeah. But it was really interesting to hear him talk about all of that, and I was like, okay, well and then he was like using terminology that I understood, and I could have easily told him, hey, you know what, I already know that, like, but I kept that student mentality. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm listening to what he's telling me, and I'm paying attention, and I'm engaging with him just because I wanted to actually. One, I don't want to be a dick and not like pay attention to him. Two, I actually was interested in like what he was telling me. Like everything he was telling me is he works fine dining, so everything that he was telling me he's studied, and it was cool. And not only we're talking about wine, but this also comes into play when talking about music. Going back to music, I always try to, or equipment. I work with a really smart person all the time, and he always explains to me, like, he doesn't make me feel dumb on purpose, but like all the knowledge that he has is so freaking crazy. So I do feel dumb, but it's like, okay, he's teaching me, he's getting me to a level where sooner than later I'm gonna be hopefully as good as him one day. But yeah, long story short, I always have that student mentality, and if it's my turn to teach, well, I always keep in mind, not to make people feel bad for not knowing. Mm-hmm. But that's it for me on that topic. As far as that topic, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what else I could say.
So you've come a long way, obviously, from your very first song to where you are now, right? Oh yeah. So you're gonna be performing for us tonight. What are you gonna be performing?
I'm gonna go ahead and perform one of my favorite songs to sing. It's called "Hate to Let Go." That song I initially wrote it in September of 2020. For that one, I do have my dates right, okay? For that one, I do have my dates right. But I wrote it when one of my close friends' family member passed away. But I wrote it, going back to songwriting, I wrote in his perspective, like what he was feeling, what he could have felt, maybe and maybe if I was at the time, I was like, maybe what if I was in his shoes? And what would I say to that person that, passed away? So his family member passed away. I'm not going to say what kind of family member because people will know who I'm talking about, and I don't want to disclose that information. But so I wrote that song, and I was like, okay, whatever. It's whatever song. It's there. It comes to fast forward 2 months from then, and my grandma died, so I was like, oh, okay, like I connected with what I wrote months ago. Yeah. So I actually felt what I wrote months ago, like 2 months ago, because my grandma, actually she died. No, yeah, it was 2 months from the time that I wrote it. So I connected, and I felt what I wrote at the time. So I don't know, I put everything I knew at the time. It was my best work as far as production at the time. It was my best work as far as singing and songwriting at the time, obviously. And yeah, I'll be performing that one. I'll be performing a cover. I don't know copyright, but are we allowed to perform covers here?
It's a cover.
Fuck yeah. Ain't No Sunshine. That's a really good cover that I love and enjoy performing. And I'll be performing another one. It's called I think I should be able to get it right. It's a little hard for me to sometimes with my fingers because I get like cramps on my hands, but I think I should be able to get it.
Cool, man. Well, I'm excited to hear you play. Before we head out, you want to let the people know where they can find you?
People can find me on Instagram as Faudoa, FAUDOA_. And then on Twitter, Faudoa_Christian with no H on the Christian. Any platform as far as streaming services, Faudoa is fine. And yeah, Facebook too, but I don't know if anybody uses Facebook.
Cool, man. Well, we're looking forward to hearing you perform. Thank you again for joining us.
Thanks a lot for having me. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely, man. Anytime, but it was, it really was my pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, sir. And we're really excited to hear you perform. Yeah. All right, let's kick it, man.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
This is called Hate to Let Go. Hope you like it. it's hard to see that you're not with me. After all, I hope that somebody holds you close, and the time we spent, don't forget me, friend. Now you're flying free, but you're not right here with me. Without you here, I am lost in fear. I shall wipe my tears, and the time will heal the scars again. Then I'll pretend to be just fine. Then at night I start thinking of you, of what we were doing. Now that you're gone, I hate to let go, I hate to let go. So this next one is called Ain't No Sunshine. This is a cover, obviously. Hope you enjoy this one too. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. There ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, I wonder this time where she's gone. I wonder if she's going to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. And I know, 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 I know. We're gonna leave young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Cool. This next one is called Tu. This is one of my favorites when it comes to playing live, and I hope I'm able to get it right because I get cramps on my hands, but we'll work through it. vamos a la luna, que como tú no hay ninguna. Te demuestro lo que tengo y que me gritas todo tuyo. Y que si por ti yo sería todo lo que no decían. Juro que conmigo no te sentirás vacía. Como ves, y tal vez te pongo el mundo a tus pies. Te bajo la luna y las estrellas de una vez. Y tranquila, que esta noche te quiero toda para mí. Todo lo que hago que sea todo para ti. Quédate un ratito más. Espera, dime a dónde vas. Sabes lo que quiero ser. Quiero que tú seas mi mujer. Si es que tú te vas, dime si vendrás. Todo lo que digo te lo juro que es verdad. Vámonos para atrás, que nadie nos vea. Esta noche yo soy todo tuyo y nadie más. Que no ves, que tal vez tú y yo debemos ser. ¿Qué importa el que dirán? Nunca nadie más sabrá. Si te vas, yo no sé qué voy a hacer sin ti, mujer. Ya vendrán las demás, pero a mí me dan igual. Me dan igual, dan igual. Pero a mí me dan igual. Me dan igual, dan igual. Pero a mí me dan igual. ¿Dónde estás? Dime si vendrás. Todo lo que digo te lo juro que es verdad. Vámonos para atrás, que nadie nos vea. Esta noche yo soy todo tuyo y nadie más. Que no ves, que tal vez tú y yo debemos ser. ¿Qué importa el que dirán? Nunca nadie más sabrá. Si te vas, yo no sé qué voy a hacer sin ti, mujer. Ya vendrán las demás, pero a mí me dan igual. Me dan igual, me dan igual. Pero a mí me dan igual. All right. Thank you so much once again. My name is Faudoa. Once again, thanks to be on the stage, for allowing me to be here, giving me the opportunity, and I hope to be a part of this once again soon, or whenever destiny allows me to be here. Thank you.